Hello everyone, welcome to Stilt Video Series. DACA is the acronym used for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. DACA holders are commonly referred to as Dreamers. Dreamers are in the US because their parents came to America illegally with the American dream in mind and brought them along. Without DACA, Dreamers would be deported as they technically have no legal basis to be in the US. With DACA, they are allowed to stay in the US and also allowed to work. But can you go from DACA to green card? What are your options in the future to make your life in the US more permanent? Let's take a look. Can DACA recipients get green cards? The answer is yes. In certain circumstances, DACA recipients can get green cards. You just need to comply with the eligibility criteria we explained below. Even though you can get a work permit, driver's license, and a social security number with DACA, having DACA still has its challenges. For example, many Dreamers find it difficult to get DACA car loans. Getting a green card has a lot of advantages. Unlike DACA, a green card does not, for example, have to be renewed every 2 years. It grants you the right to live and work in the US on a more permanent basis. Even though there are DACA loans available out there, you will probably find it a lot easier to apply for financial services and loans if you have a green card. So, let's take a look at how you can transition from DACA to green card through marriage. 2 ways to transition from DACA to green card through marriage. Getting married to get a green card is not a good idea. But if you are in the fortunate position of having a spouse who also happens to be a US citizen, you can take advantage of the option to get a green card. A US spouse is viewed as an immediate relative, which provides you the eligibility to apply for immigration. There are 2 ways in which you can apply for a green card by getting married to a US citizen. Consular processing. Many DACAs married to US citizens don't yet have legal entry into the US. They also can't get advance parole to regain immediate access as instituted by the Trump administration. So, for this type of status change, you need to apply for your immigration visa or green card at a US consulate or embassy in a foreign country. This is the best option for applicants who have not yet gotten a legal entry into the US. Follow these steps to go from DACA to green card through consular processing. 1. Establish eligibility. By being married to a US citizen, you are automatically eligible. You just need valid proof of your marriage. 2. Get an I-130 petition approved. You need to complete and file an I-130 petition with the USCIS, or US Citizenship and Immigration Services. If your spouse is the petitioner and you are the beneficiary, you will receive an I-797 notice of action in the mail once it is approved. 3. Get your visa number from the NVC. The National Visa Center, or NVC, will notify you as soon as there is a visa number for your I-797. The good news is that there are an unlimited amount of visas for petition based on immediate relatives, like a US citizen spouse. 4. Apply for an immigrant visa. The NVC will notify you when you can submit your immigrant visa processing fees, visa application, and supporting documentation. You will complete and submit a Form DS-260. Your spouse may also be required to submit a Form I-864, or Affidavit of Support, in which they promise to support you if you are not able to do so yourself. 5. Attend consular processing. Once everything is submitted and received, the consular office will schedule a meeting with you, the beneficiary, to decide the outcome of your application. You will receive a visa packet once you've been approved. 6. Enter the US. You may cross the border with your visa packet. The border officer will allow you entry as a permanent resident once you've been cleared to enter. Your green card will be mailed to your registered US address. Be patient during this process. It can take up to 12 months to get a successful outcome. Adjustment of status. You can perform adjustment of status within the US borders if you are already in the US. It's important that you maintain your DACA status throughout your time here. Follow these steps to go from DACA to green card through an adjustment of status. 1. Establish eligibility. You need valid proof of your marriage to a US citizen spouse. 2. Fulfill eligibility for adjustment of status. You must be physically present in the US, you need to make a lawful entry into the U.S. and have an approved and current I-130 petition. 3. File your application. File the I-130 application with the USCIS. 4. Attend immigration appointments. The USCIS will inform you via mail about a biometric screening appointment. They take your photo, fingerprints, and signature at this appointment to perform a mandatory criminal background check. A few months later, you and your spouse need to attend an interview where the submitted information of the I-130 petition is verified. The USCIS will sometimes waive the necessity for the last appointment. 5. Wait for your green card. Once all information has been approved, the USCIS will mail your green card to your registered address. This whole process can take up to 12 months. INA 245A. As a dreamer, you will probably have heard about INA 245A before. Put simply, this is the piece of legislation that enables you to go from DACA to green card. Generally, a person who has lived in the U.S. unlawfully, such as dreamers, must spend a prescribed period of time outside of the U.S. before they are allowed to re-enter lawfully and apply for immigrant visas. But under the Immigration and Nationality Act, or INA 245A, having a lawful entry into the U.S. as a dreamer can waive the period you would originally be barred from entering. Requirements for DACA to green card applicants married to U.S. citizen. To make things a little simpler, we'll explain some of the requirements listed above. So, let's take a look at the basic requirements for a dreamer to get a green card. Legal entry. Your first entry into the U.S. when you came with your parents was unlawful. You need to make a lawful entry based on an exit for one of the 3 reasons. Humanitarian reasons. A medical appointment, a dental appointment will suffice. For educational purposes like studying. Employment reasons. Many DACAs may even already have a legal entry due to previous overseas trips. Eligible for immigrant visa. You are eligible for an immigrant visa based on a legal entry and valid petition that is filed with the USCIS. You will, therefore, be eligible through the I-130 petition. Immediate availability. There is no limit on the number of visas available for immigrants who married a U.S. citizen. A visa is, therefore, immediately available for you. Just keep in mind the 8 to 12 month processing periods. Grab hold of every opportunity and go from DACA to green card if you have the chance. Your marriage to a U.S. citizen can help you become a permanent resident in the U.S. So, get your status changed from DACA to green card and make your dreams a reality. We hope this video has been helpful to you. At Stilt, we provide financial services for immigrants and the underserved. Subscribe to our channel and visit stilt.com for more details.